Did you know that several countries around the world are facing severe economic challenges that could potentially lead to a collapse? These nations are grappling with high debt levels, political instability, and other complex issues. In this video, we will discuss 14 countries that are particularly vulnerable and examine the critical factors contributing to their precarious situations. Join us as we delve into the economic landscapes of these nations and explore the potential consequences they may face. Welcome back, viewers. In today's video, we will shed light on 14 countries that could face significant challenges and potential collapse in 2023. These nations are grappling with a myriad of economic and political issues that have put their stability at risk. Let's begin our exploration. Number 1. Argentina. Argentina, the largest debtor to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, finds itself in a complex situation. With a staggering public debt of $378.518 billion, the country faces record levels of indebtedness. Experts predict that 2023 will be a particularly difficult year for Argentina's economy due to heavy payments that have been postponed. The country's debt model is deemed extremely risky, with a substantial portion allocated to interest payments. It is estimated that 2023 and 2024 will be the most challenging years for Argentina as it navigates its debt obligations. Number 2. Ukraine. Ukraine is facing a multifaceted crisis, compounded by the ongoing Russian invasion of its territory. With over $20 billion in debt, Ukraine is likely to seek debt restructuring in September 2023. The country's state-owned gas company has already requested deferral of debt payments for 2 years. Additionally, Ukraine must invest over $100 billion in infrastructure reconstruction due to the conflict. It is crucial for the government to temporarily halt bond payments and seek international support to stabilize its economy. Number 3. Tunisia. Tunisia faces a critical financial crisis, with a budget deficit of nearly 10% and a high wage bill in the public sector. The country has been trying to secure a new loan agreement by implementing controversial reforms. These reforms include freezing wages, reducing subsidies, and selling shares of state-owned companies. However, the proposed measures have met opposition, leading to a national strike. Tunisia's economy has also been impacted by global repercussions of the war between Ukraine and Russia. The government's pursuit of a loan from the IMF, coupled with internal political crises, has further complicated the country's situation. Number 4. Ghana finds itself in a deep crisis, resorting to urgent loans while experiencing a devaluation of its currency and soaring inflation. The country's debt has surged by 7,000% since 2006, reaching $54 billion, or 78% of GDP. Ghana announced a suspension of payment on some external debts in December 2022, citing limited international reserves. Protests have erupted in response to the unstable situation, posing additional challenges for the country. Number 5. Egypt. Egypt's economy faces multiple pressures, including a high debt-to-GDP ratio of 95% and inflationary challenges. Foreign investors' withdrawal from emerging markets, including Egypt, has exacerbated the country's economic difficulties. To alleviate the crisis, Egypt has sought assistance from the IMF multiple times. The government is implementing measures to curb inflation and encourage private sector contribution to the economy. However, the dependence on wheat imports from Russia and Ukraine has strained the country's resources. Number 6. Kenya. Kenya's economic landscape has been heavily affected by drought, climate disasters, and internal conflicts. The severe food crisis, coupled with the COVID-19 pandemic, has led to a reduction in daily meals for many Kenyans. The economic impact of these challenges has been significant in Kenya. The country heavily relies on agriculture, which accounts for a significant portion of its GDP and employs a large portion of the population. Drought and climate disasters have resulted in poor crop yields and livestock losses, leading to food scarcity and increased food prices. The COVID-19 pandemic further exacerbated the situation, with disruptions in supply chains, reduced tourism, and job losses in various sectors. Many people have experienced a decline in income and livelihood opportunities, making it difficult for them to access sufficient food and meet their basic needs. In response to these challenges, the Kenyan government, along with international organizations and humanitarian agencies, has been implementing measures to address the food crisis. Efforts have been made to enhance agricultural practices, promote irrigation projects, and provide assistance to affected communities. Furthermore, initiatives to diversify the economy and reduce reliance on agriculture have been underway, such as promoting manufacturing, technology, and service sectors. These efforts aim to create alternative income sources and improve economic resilience. However, despite these measures, Kenya continues to face significant challenges in addressing food insecurity and economic instability. Long-term solutions require sustained efforts, investments in infrastructure, climate change adaptation measures, and policies that promote inclusive growth and equitable distribution of resources. 7. Lebanon. Lebanon is currently facing a severe financial and economic crisis, with its public debt reaching around $170 billion. The country has been grappling with a deepening economic recession, a depreciating currency, and soaring inflation rates. Lebanon has struggled to meet its financial obligations, including debt repayments and providing basic services to its citizens. The crisis was further exacerbated by the devastating explosion in Beirut's port in August 2020, which caused extensive damage to the city and led to a significant loss of economic activity. The government's mismanagement, corruption, and political instability have also contributed to the worsening situation. Lebanon's banking sector, once considered the backbone of its economy, has been severely impacted. Restrictions on cash withdrawals and capital controls have been imposed, leading to a liquidity crunch and a loss of confidence in the banking system. The collapse of the banking sector has had a ripple effect on businesses, resulting in layoffs, business closures, and a rise in poverty rates. Moreover, the country has been grappling with a shortage of essential goods, including fuel, electricity, and medicine, further deteriorating living conditions for the population. Protests and social unrest have become a common occurrence as people demand accountability and solutions to the ongoing crisis. The road to recovery for Lebanon remains challenging, with the need for substantial reforms, international assistance, and political stability. The country's path to economic recovery and debt sustainability will require significant efforts and a comprehensive plan to address structural issues and restore confidence in the economy. 8. Venezuela. Venezuela has been facing a severe economic and political crisis for several years. The country's economy heavily relies on oil exports, and a sharp decline in oil prices has had a devastating impact on its finances. Hyperinflation, scarcity of basic goods, and a collapsing infrastructure have resulted in widespread poverty and social unrest. The political situation in Venezuela remains highly contentious, with ongoing power struggles and international sanctions exacerbating the crisis. 9. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has faced economic challenges for an extended period, including hyperinflation and a significant decline in its agricultural sector. The country's currency has experienced severe devaluation, leading to a shortage of essential goods and widespread poverty. Political instability, corruption, and governance issues have also contributed to Zimbabwe's economic woes. 10. South Sudan. Since gaining independence in 2011, South Sudan has struggled with internal conflicts, which have had a severe impact on its economy. The country heavily relies on oil revenues, and disruptions in oil production due to conflicts have significantly hampered its economic growth. Widespread poverty, food insecurity, and limited access to basic services remain significant challenges for South Sudan. 11. Yemen. Yemen has been engulfed in a devastating civil war since 2015, leading to a severe humanitarian and economic crisis. The conflict has resulted in the destruction of infrastructure, disruption of basic services, and a widespread food and health crisis. The ongoing war has pushed Yemen to the brink of collapse, with millions of people in need of immediate humanitarian assistance. Somalia. Somalia has faced decades of political instability, armed conflict, and a lack of effective governance, leading to economic challenges. The country's economy relies heavily on agriculture and livestock, which have been impacted by recurring droughts and insecurity. Somalia also faces significant challenges in terms of poverty, access to basic services, and piracy in its coastal waters. 13. Haiti. Haiti has long been one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere, facing persistent economic challenges. Political instability, corruption, and natural disasters, such as the devastating earthquake in 2010 and Hurricane Matthew in 2016, have severely impacted the country's economy and infrastructure. Poverty, unemployment, and inadequate access to healthcare and education remain pressing issues for Haiti. Mozambique. Mozambique has faced economic challenges, including high poverty rates and limited access to basic services. The country has significant potential for natural resource development, particularly in the energy sector, but it also faces governance issues and the impact of natural disasters, such as cyclones and droughts. Efforts are underway to attract investment and promote sustainable development in Mozambique. These 14 countries, including Argentina, Ukraine, Tunisia, Ghana, Egypt, Kenya, Ethiopia, El Salvador, Pakistan, Belarus, Ecuador, Nigeria, Lebanon, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, South Sudan, Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, and Mozambique, face significant economic challenges that require comprehensive reforms, international support, and political stability to overcome. Join our community and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content, insightful discussions, and exclusive updates. Don't miss out on the latest videos and stay connected with us. Hit that subscribe button now and be part of our growing family.